What's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, as you can see on your screen now, my doggy, Michael Benson, has leaked some comments from Claressa Shields, airing out her arch nemesis, Savannah Marshall. I can't lie to you, as far as women's boxing goes, this one has got your man, the YB, all the way interested. His nipples be tingling. Yeah, Eddie Hearn's down his cap. Yeah, Mr. Cappy Hearn. Oh yeah, Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Listen, that's the fake one. The real biggest one of all time, in my opinion. This is the one. Why? It's got the whole Shields, in my opinion, is leagues above Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor, rock'em sock'em. Shields, much more slick, much more of a purist. Also, Savannah Marshall, she got the one bang. Something we haven't really seen in women's boxing, full stop. So when you saw this, for me almost feels like, to some extent, Pacquiao versus Mayweather, the women's version. You got Shields, slick, Marshall, banger, yeah. Whereas Katie Taylor, yeah, Katie Taylor's not like a Mayweather, is she? I'm not saying, obviously, Claressa Shields is nowhere near Mayweather, but it's that kind of principle. Women in general, in my opinion, the level of boxing is much lower. So when you work it out on a women's basis, Shields is the women's version of Mayweather, bottom line. Marshall's the women's version of a banger, yeah? So put it all in the mix, it's a proper fight. Whereas Katie Taylor, she ain't even nowhere near Mayweather. And the other one, Serrano, yeah, she's a relative banger, but she ain't knocking no one out. Marshall actually knocked chicks out, you understand? So that's why this one is the real GOAT fight, the quote fight of all time. The quote. The greatest women's fight of all time. Facts. Well, certainly of our generation. And likely for the next few generations to come. Anyway. Here we go then. Claressa Shields on Savannah Marshall. Marshall's a B-I-T-C-H. That's it. She's a B-I-T-C-H. She's a hater. She wishes she was me. She wishes she had the belts. The gold medals. And she don't. Marshall just wanna be me. She wishes she was... What? She wishes she was black and everything. It's just sad. Listen, I ain't gonna make out I know Savannah Marshall from Adam, but I've never got... there's some kind of cultural appropriators in the world. Savannah Marshall ain't one of them. I don't know where... I'm hoping this isn't a misquote. Normally Benson is on point, but then again, knowing Claressa Shields, she does talk some wild ass talk sometimes. So she probably believes this herself, unfortunately. But that is a dead bar, yeah? Now, on the title of my video, you saw what I said. I spoke to Claressa. She said, listen, by the time I finish with Savannah, she's going to be on Onlyfans. Yeah? She's going to be making her boot. She's going to be selling booty pics. You're going to be selling foot pics on Onlyfans. That's what she said. But listen, me personally, I love to talk. Yeah? Even though, in my opinion, this bar from Claressa Shields about she wanna be black was dead and not even a bit true. Yeah? Still, it's better than this other one. And that's another reason, in my opinion, why. I'm not saying this is going to be a blockbuster like Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather, 4 million pay-per-views, but as far as women's boxing goes, this one actually has people, the casual level, the semi-casual level, intrigued, like myself. Serrano versus Taylor just didn't have that kind of intrigue. Just didn't. They was all way too respectful. Oh, I'm happy to be here and I want to do something for the kids. And listen, doing something for the kids after you've handled the beef is great. I don't like hearing about, for me personally, yeah, going into a record-breaking fight like this, realistically, yeah, in the last 20, 15 years, these are the two best females we've seen. Shields and Savannah. Going into such a fight, especially when you consider the wider rivalry, i.e. the whole Olympics thing and the whole amateur thing and their actual beef, I don't want to hear about, oh, yeah, we want to be respectful for the kids, and I ain't trying to hear that one. Yeah, handle your beef in the ring, and then, if you want to be respectful or not, do that. Ain't no one getting entertained hearing about, oh yeah, well, I want to be respectful and show the kids there's a different way to do it. Listen, you can show your kids what you want. It don't make it entertaining, and it ain't going to put no coin in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one trying to hear that. Ain't no one trying to see the whole point of fighting, yeah, is to be vicious. It's a contradiction to be putting on a vicious event like a boxing fight and combining that with trying to be Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah? If you want to be Mahatma Gandhi, be Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah? Sign up to some university and join the philosophy department. We don't need to have no Mahatma Gandhi in boxing, in my opinion. Yeah? Then again, listen, if you win, after you've won the fight, after you've settled the beef, then if you want to get on some philosophy thing, you can do that. But right now, I love the energy from Shields. Now, Shields has rubbed the UK public up the wrong way sometimes. Me, I love it. That's what you should be doing. This game, in my opinion, needs villains. We've got way too many backslappers. Way too many, I'm just here, I don't want to rock the boat, and I'm here to be respectful, and I don't like that myself. We want drama. We want beef. Yeah? We want controversy. We want statements like this that make no sense. Just because this shows you the level of disdain Shields has for Marshall. She got so much hatred inside her for Marshall, she ain't even trying to make sense with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Them ones where you're so, you know what I mean? You want to roll that pack up so bad and smoke on it that you don't even care about making sense. Yeah, Claressa Shields, sense, not even once. She ain't trying to hear about sense. She's trying to hear about smoking on that Marshall pack. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm actually backing Marshall to win this fight. I think in the UK, Shields ain't gonna knock Marshall out. Number one, I think the UK is gonna be a huge factor. And number two, I think that power is ultimately what they call the difference maker. And I'm not saying, do I think Marshall gonna go in there and chip Shields and sleep her? That's not my base case, but it's that the power is a changing factor. Do you know what I mean? That's what skills is great, but power, and I'm not even being funny here, that's another factor as well. Savannah Marshall's trained by one of the best UK minds, Peter Fury. And combining that power with that slick, Savannah Marshall's got great head movement, that low hand style, awkward style. I like the whole package. Normally, unfortunately, a lot of the Peter Fury people, no power having asses like Huey. Huey couldn't punch the lid off a bottle. Yeah? Marshall, she got that power as well. The equalizer. Skills are great. The one bang. That's what you really want. Yeah? So, listen, like I said, the only reason I'm doing this video is because I'm gassed. These two love to talk their talk. Love to cook the beef up. And you best believe, I don't believe, they're going to go in there. And to be fair to Shields, the last fight I watched of hers was the former biggest fight. At the time, it was a huge deal. It was Shields versus Hammer. Christina Hammer. Hammer was supposed to be the next big thing. And to be fair to Shields, she went in there and handled Hammer. I backed Hammer to win that fight. Hammer, great jab and really strong and solid. She went in there and her ass flapped. Shields, she showed up and put the show on. So Shields don't choke. Or at least she hasn't yet. She is the real deal as far as this game goes. I've got to be honest with you. She don't choke. She's not the most explosive, but she don't choke, which is important. And the fact that she's coming to the UK in September, I really do salute that. This reminds me of Devin Haney versus Kambosos. Shields could easily say, no, I don't want it in the UK, I'm scary. But I do respect that. Her coming to the UK, and it made sense, I ain't gonna lie to you. This fight made the most sense in the UK. That's where the most fanfare is. Bottom line, that's where it makes the most financial sense. But nonetheless, I respect Shields for coming over and doing that. Because we know the we know the UK is really not very neutral. We know there's a lot of regional biases. So that shows she really does have true belief in herself. And to be honest with you, even though I'm backing Marshall to win, I won't be mad if Shields wins. To be honest, this fight really is wins all round. The only thing that can really win from this fight is the fans. All I'll say is and that's the thing. I was about to say, just make sure both chicks leave it all out there, but they will, because there's no way one of these females wants to be the loser on that night. No way. And to be honest, mentally speaking, I do think Savannah has more to prove in that sense. Looking at the pro careers. Savannah's the one who needs to show she can deliver. And she has, to be fair. She's been knocking out the chicks, but I'm saying at the very pinnacle. We haven't seen Savannah fight the very pinnacle. We've seen Claressa, an underdog to some extent, versus Christina Hammer. And she went in there and did her thing. So that is the only question mark for me against Savannah. Can Savannah hold it together when all the pressure's on her and pull it off when it matters? This is really the only one that matters. The women's division isn't 10 deep. When Savannah beats this, if Savannah beats Shields, she's almost completed the game already. So yeah, let's see how it goes out anyway. Make sure you lick off the like button, subscribe, and massage the bell, no doubt.